I was born in the west of Ireland. I do woodworking, various, I'm a jack of all trades.
Do you keep from your children? Just how short is the time we live? Life is short and a short.
When we depend on an industrial system for our survival, we might protest all that and think that we're defeated and so on, but it still works, eh? But if we want to get our power back and be able to do things for ourselves and not pay other people to live our lives for us, we have to be devoted. We have to learn stuff and stick with it. This isn't something that you might play at, you know, because I don't play at it, you know. I got run over with my horses and smashed up, and I got up and I kept doing it. If you're doing it just because you're going to get 11 bucks an hour, it's not enough for that kind of work. But if you're doing it so you can learn to do it well and someday do it yourself, then it's worth your while doing it.
Can you talk about your hands?
You know, I've always kind of pushed myself, you know, pretty hard, and I've always believed in doing things by hand, and you know, I've shoveled a lot of manure and dirt, and I just overdid it like the last year, and that was to do with fixing machinery, and my wrists began to hurt, and then I kept ignoring it and imagined it would go away, and it kept getting worse. So it was kind of worried me, because it was, when I thought of doing something now like splitting wood, I knew it was going to hurt. So never did before, you know. And so once again, denial is a wonderful thing, but you know, when it breaks down, you got to deal with the problem. So I probably let it go a little bit too long. And when you brought me these braces, and all of a sudden I have some hope that I can fix it. You don't succumb to your pains and aches and tiredness or whatever. You exert your willpower to do what you have to do. If I take a day off, that's probably the worst thing for me, because then I get to think. I do too much of it already, you know. And the ideas I have and everything in the process of working are positive, but when I start sitting, then pretty soon, you know, after about 2 days, I'm just waiting for the sky to fall. You know what I mean? Because you think of, when you get into the negative aspects of, you know, the saying that the sky gets further away all the time, you know, if you think too much about stuff, you know. And so like for me, action is a difficult thing, but it's also really necessary. Working from the heart and working with a sense of freedom is, you gotta have the balance, eh? You have to have the discipline to get up in the morning when you have to. You have to be courageous, and you have to put up with discomfort and all this stuff. And then you have to see what you're doing as being fairly important. You have to be careful of not getting upset and angry and all this. It goes along with just self-discipline, you know. And it's physically demanding. And I'm an old man, and I suppose if I had spent the last 20-some years sitting on a tractor, I wouldn't be as strong as I am today, you know. And so that's, you know, people go and exercise. I don't do that. I do my work.